everybody. This is Beth and the gang, the normal actual gang that I stream with twice a week. So I'm super excited everybody's here. Yay! We kind of thought since there was no stream tonight, we would just hop on here, have a good time, play a little game, and chat. I'll be honest, we are not really going to be talking about D&D, only because we will be saving that for Tuesday's save point, which will be Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard, 8 p.m. Eastern. So you will get more information out of us there. If you are in chat, or if anybody is stopping by, say hello. You'll catch me looking up from time to time because that is the screen that I have the chat on. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. And yeah, so if anybody appears, hello. But like I said, I'm Beth. You can find me on most social media as BP from BP. I am also on YouTube, where you will find these videos as I try and scramble to get them off of here. I am not an affiliate yet, which means that after 7 days, they disappear instead of 14. So I have a pretty quick turnover time. And believe it or not, I do have an OnlyFans. But it is just sort of soothing audios, and that's it. If you would like to hear me read something, I'm not kidding. I will read children's books. I've done it before. I will tell bedtime stories. It's a very low key OnlyFans. And right now I'm running a promotion for the first 7 days are free. So, and it's only $5 a month. But yeah, so that's me. I'm actually going to go around the circle here, or the line. And if you have socials you want to drop or anything you want to add, we'll go from there. So Annie, we'll start with you.
Hi, I'm Annie. Basically just hanging out with my friends, which is kind of freaking awesome on a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Be better if we all lived closer, but life, jobs, things, stuff. It happens.
It does.
You guys can find me on TikTok and Instagram as Annie Shadowfox. So that's about it for me.
Awesome. You put up a really great TikTok story today where you took a bunch of pictures of yourself and you looked schmexy. So good for you. Yep. Go, Annie.
That was a moment, and it was fun, and it got a reaction that I was not expecting. So that was kind of cool. So yay.
So next up we have Liz. Hey, Liz.
Good evening, everyone. I am Liz. I almost introduced my D&D character because that's what I'm used to doing. But you can find me on Instagram and TikTok as ArtemisJ13.
Check out our videos. They're freaking awesome.
They're awesome. They're fun.
Apparently.
So they say. The ubiquitous they. And Monica.
Hey, what's up? I am Monica. I have somebody in the background. I'm going to change it a little bit because I forgot to do it. But I'm here hanging with my friends, like Andy said. Just here chilling. I have my salad I will be eating. So if that bothers you, hopefully it doesn't. But I'm hungry. So
if that
there we
bothers
are.
you have not been paying attention to any of the streams we are on.
Right.
Just noting for the record.
Just noting.
Mm-hmm. And so here we are. And if you haven't caught it yet, you can head over to my YouTube and catch a great conversation that Monica and I had about what being nerdy is and what that means to Monica as a person of color, and basically being fat in a world where it's not really applauded. And it was a really good conversation, and I really liked it. And about gatekeeping, too. So, super fun. If anybody wants to head on over and do that. Why do you keep leaving? Are you trying to put Tigger on top of it?
I was trying to put Tigger on top of it, but it's not working. So, anyway, deal with that.
So, wait, you want the bladed sexy man to behead Tigger? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes, no. I want the bladed, sexy, woman back there to like die down so Tigger can come up. But
I
it's
see,
fine.
but here's the best part is
obviously,
occasionally I see in the corner where I'm looking at just Tigger's red balloon.
yeah, obviously there's a balloon
So
back
I'm
there.
like,
Don't worry, my worlds are just merging. It's fine.
okay,
Ignore it.
I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Motorref wanted a balloon, so just
Awesome.
leave her be.
Awesome. Hey, it's Lindsay. We have a chatter. Hello, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay. Also, you said red balloon. It's October, and all I thought was Pennywise, and that's kind of
Yeah.
like that's fitting for Bulbarath though. Like that,
Very
that
much.
matches, and I'm like, I don't know how. I feel about
Redhead said, "Did you yeet Tigger?" I think Tigger just was trying to come up, and it's just not.
I tried, Motorref said no, so let's just leave her be.
that. That sounds right.
We'll leave
That
her
tracks.
steady. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so we were, just we're gonna chat a little bit. Anything we present to chat, you can answer to. In fact, strongly encourage you answering to. We're gonna just talk a little bit. Then I have a game we're gonna play called The Shame of Life. And just really it's answering some questions, hanging out. Get yourself a beverage, get a snack. Monica has the snack card out for whoever wants it. And, we'll be there up and running. Just so you guys also know, because I am not affiliate yet, I cannot have subscribers yet. Because I don't even have enough followers yet. So if you would like and follow, I can eventually get to a subscriber level, which I'm not looking to make money on this, but that also means, that I could have regular followers, which is great. You get a little message that says, "Hey, she's live and going to talk about some bullshit," and it's going to be great. I do kind of have one fun thing to talk about, which again, I'd love to have chat join in. Who was your first? I'm going to just use the predicate of first. Who was your first celebrity crush? I liked Liz's immediate and visceral reaction of ew. Because, and I will say this, all of us are different ages and generationally different. So some of us may pick somebody that the others do not know. But we're gonna go with that. Also, I do not necessarily mean although we can talk about that. There's the difference between crush and what I like to refer to as your sexual awakening. Somebody that the first time you saw them went like, you felt tingly all over, especially the all overs. Lindsay says, I regret this to my core now, but Kirk Cameron. Here's the thing. I see it, though. I'm not mad about it. And I also get the regret. The Left Behind film series alone would cause the regret. But I see it. He's cute. He was, a little bad, but good-hearted. A bit of a jokester. I get it. I get it. Anybody can answer. I'm not going to make anybody go in a particular order. I'm just going to ask we all don't talk over each other. And I note from everybody's abject silence that they're like, I don't want to play this game. But here we are.
I had to Google what the actor's name was because I could
That's
only
fine.
think of what the character's name was.
Sure.
So, for the record, the sexual awakening's going to take a little longer because I got to figure that one out. But
Sure, there's
the first celebrity crush, and this is my 90s baby coming out, was Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, played by Jason David Frank.
Oh, okay.
And if you know
Okay.
the story of his morally, am I evil, am I not evil, it explains so much as an adult.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Lindsay says her awakening was Orlando Bloom. Solid choice. I like your
Very
choice
good
of Green
choice.
Ranger. So excellent. So we'll note that
Ooh,
for the
Charlie
tally. Yeah, Redhead said Charlie Hunnam. Charlie,
Charlie
is
Hunnam
that
definitely
is your awakening red? Or is that your just crush? Or was that like a a childhood crush. I don't know how old you are, so I don't want to make, you know, nor do I have to know how old you are. Oh, Liz is back.
I figured out the it took me a while because I had to go like forward
Mm-hmm.
like several decades or
Sure.
several years, like a decade or so. Very small part of this guy's character, but David Boreanaz as Angelus, specifically Angelus in season 2 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That is wildly specific, but I appreciate it. When you hear mine, you will understand why. But yes, okay, I can
Yeah.
see that.
It was initially Angel, and then I realized when Angelus came out, Angel was a little whiny bitch, and I liked Angelus so much better, and then it just kind of went from there.
Okay, I get you. I can see that, and he's adorable. Like honestly, he's adorable. Yep, always slushies available in the cart that I have here. Monica is kind enough to roll the cart over, and I will say that I and my chat have far more elaborate snacks. So there's also a little attached cart that has shots on it if anybody wants any.
Whiskey.
Wow, whiskey.
That was quick.
That was super quick.
That
Like,
was
you good?
I barely had the word shots out, and she was like,
Right.
whiskey.
Dude,
I didn't get to
had
say
class,
Jello shots.
class paper, group class paper
Fair.
to do today.
Fair.
I have earned
we-
my shot.
Can we swap out the slushies for some snowballs? Because I'm dying.
We could do
for
that
one
too.
right now.
It's
Yeah, we can do that too.
It's a fictional cart. We can have whatever we want.
And also, Andy, we will have alcohol soaked fruit slices, so watermelon, all that stuff.
I'm good. Watermelon.
That's the
vodka.
fastest path to drunk.
Yes, it
Is
is.
the fruit, because you
Yep.
forget that it has alcohol in it after a little bit, and then it's just wee.
See, I
Um,
say the gummies because we do the gummies. We dump the gummies in vodka or in other alcohol and let them like swell up.
So I have done the thing. So we made bacon flavored bourbon one year at my aunt's, and we did that with the bacon fat, and then you like sieve it off, like you refrigerate it and then let it set, and then you sieve it off, and it was good. No mistake. It was delicious. But I have seen on TikTok where they have taken Werther's candies and they smash them with hammers, and then they soak it in vodka and let like the flavor release from the Werther's candy, and then hit it with an immersion blender. So the little
That sounds like a
shards
lot.
I
break
need
down,
to add an immersion blender to my Amazon wish list.
and then they put it through a sieve, like a fine mesh sieve, and then they drink it as a shot.
I saw that on TikTok like yesterday.
Yes,
Except
that's
for
what
yes. Not immersion blender, I didn't think.
Yeah, there's like 100,000
okay.
people out there that once it's one of those TikTok things that once it starts, it doesn't stop.
Oh, gotcha.
The world just goes, and Andy is like, Werther's candies.
I feel like that's too sugary. I think that's
I
what
feel
we're
like she's
getting.
already ordered something in the cart. Like she's already put it in the cart.
Look, I'm
Can't order
just saying for
anything yet.
personal flavor preference, I think it's too sugary.
I'm
That's-
not arguing with that at
Yeah.
all. I look, and I like sweet.
Red apple
candies.
pie moonshine.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
okay.
the Smoky Mountain Moonshine Company, which does make an apple pie moonshine, makes a salted watermelon whiskey that is you can drink straight. That is a watermelon Jolly Rancher. If you mix that with some strawberry lemonade, you taste nothing.
So I had heard that from you, and funnily enough, I am a follower of Mama Tot.
Oh, I love Mama Tot.
And Mama Tot does Taster Tuesdays. And on her Taster Tuesday, she did the salted watermelon. And it was one of the ones where she drank it and made like a little face and then was like, wait a minute. And she liked it. She definitely liked it. Gave it a 10 out of 10. Because usually the moonshine ones don't flow.
No, the moonshine, I can't. So, fun fact, I went to their distillery in Tennessee. In Gatlinburg, Tennessee, we went to their whiskey distillery, but they also had the moonshine on tap. So, we tried a ton of different stuff. And that was by far my absolute favorite. And then I couldn't find it up north, and I was super sad. And then I moved to Louisiana, the alcoholic state of the country, and I found it. And I'm happy again.
So I'm a huge fan, especially this happened during COVID. I am a huge fan of Pink Whitney. I can't drink it anymore because it's too sweet, but it is pink lemonade vodka that is pink and does not taste like alcohol at all. And I just put it in lemonade. We're used to. And let's just say I came out of COVID the other side just fine. And we'll leave it at that. All right, Annie. Nobody's getting off the hook, by the way, about this crush question or your awakening. I'm just
Okay,
letting you know,
so-
like we can
No,
we
it's
can
okay.
divert the subject as many
Mine-
times as we want, but
Mine goes in between two different ones because they happened.
usually it happens separately because your first crush is not necessarily your awakening.
Yeah. So the first crush, I'm aging myself. I was definitely a voice person, and
Mhm.
it was Barry Manilow.
Oh, okay.
The voice.
The voice.
That was the first crush, and then I looked at him and was like, "Okay, you look like
You look okay,
you look okay."
and I'm glad you didn't have your heart set because I think that ship would not have sailed for you.
Oh yeah, it would not have.
Yeah.
But for the awakening and crush, once I got over the okay, yeah, you're nice to listen to, but visually, nah, we're not going there. Harrison Ford, because I grew up with a family that did Star Wars, so from the get go, it was like, oh hello, hi, how are you?
Oh ho ho ho.
But the true awakening where it was like I was on a date with somebody and realized that, yeah, you're nice, he's better.
Fair.
Gary Tokugawa,
Oh,
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm like, I know that name.
Okay.
I'm
right.
little goth girl at heart, and that jacket, and that whole strut and confidence, and hi.
Yes.
Yes, please. Can I have
Look-
one of them?
Speaking of strut, actually, I'm gonna sidetrack this just slightly. I can recognize certain people in movies without ever seeing their face strictly by their walk.
Yes.
And in the horror movie Valentine, I knew from that opening scene. Spoiler alert, but this came out in the early 2000s, so like if you haven't seen it, I don't care at this
Too
point.
darn bad.
Too darn bad.
It's 20 something years. It's okay.
Yeah, the reason why I watched it is because David Boreanaz was in it. Again, tracking back. But because I'm such a Buffy fan, that opening scene where he is walking down the hallway, I immediately knew he was the killer just because I recognized his stalking walk.
That is attention paid to detail. Good
I
for
can
you.
also, if I'm around people enough, I can also recognize when they walk down the hallway and I know exactly who's coming.
I just
So
want to
is that
say
our trauma response? I mean,
Maybe.
honestly.
maybe that could be minor. I like Lindsay's comment. I had an English teacher in high school that she looked just like Barry Manilow. Interesting.
I am so. Well,
I don't know.
She,
Okay, well,
she looked like Barry Manilow.
she looked like
I'm
Barry Manilow.
sorry.
Well,
I can see it though.
we'll see. I'm gonna go with feathered hair. I know where Lindsay grew up because, strangely enough, she went to school with my cousin's wife. Found that out in a very unique. She mentioned a town, and that's a town that is not exactly well known. And so when I was like, "Would you happen to know?" and I gave her maiden name. Yes, she did. So fun people you catch up with here on all of this.
The online world is very weird,
It is.
and I love it.
I'm gonna go next, so Monica can think for a second before I put her directly on the spot.
No, I got it.
Oh, you got it. Well, run with it.
Okay, we talked about this before,
Yes,
but first crush was Shamar Moore
of course.
from Young
yes.
and the Restless.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Sexual Awakening, Method Man.
Oh,
All day long.
oh,
All day long.
oh. Okay.
There
Yes.
was a time I
Remember
used to
that
tell people.
conversation.
Yeah, there's a time I used to tell people. Actually, I still would tell people. Yeah, don't let me ever run into him in the dark alley or lit when it doesn't matter.
Fair.
My money's on Monica.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Both of those are good choices. Shamar Moore, my God. And I know, like, a lot of people like him from Criminal Minds, but old school Shamar Moore from Young and the Restless.
Yup.
See, it wasn't one of the soap operas my mom watched, so I never watched it.
Gotcha.
She was not a Young and the Restless fan. She was an All My Children's, and she was a General Hospital fan.
Yeah. See, this is why I have the nerd
What?
question.
What?
Never have I seen Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Princess Bride, and have no desire to.
We knew this though.
Yes,
I remember
and-
this conversation.
And to be fair, a lot of these movies Monica has not seen either. Nerd by definition, people think means something like science fiction-y or something like that. If you go back to YouTube and watch my friend Julie and I talking, we talk a lot about the sound of music because that is what Julie nerds out on. It is a movie that her family holds very dear, that her late mom loved. It was her mom's favorite movie, so it holds a special place for her now that her mom's gone. But also, like, she knows nuance about that movie, and it's movie specific. We're not talking about the Broadway musical. It is movie specific. So she knows those things. So really, you can nerd out on anything you like. So my first crush, and I actually have to look up his name, and fingers will start flying. See, he played Almanzo Wilder on Little House on the Prairie. But this was the moment where it was the first time ever when I was a kid, I felt my face flush. And I was young. There was a scene
Oh.
where, thank you, where Almanzo Wilder,
Dean Butler.
Dean Butler, had a fever. And they had to put him in an ice bath. Thank you. Thank you, Annie, for noting, because you know exactly the moment I'm talking about. They had to put him in an ice bath, and they had to take his shirt off. And he was in his gutchies. Yeah. And they lower him in this ice bath, and he was the prettiest man I had ever seen in my life. I was just like, I don't know what this feeling is, but it's fantastic and I really like it. Like, this is amazing. Yeah, like, whew. But yeah, Dean Butler, super cute. Sexual Awakening is unique for me because there's boy and then there's girl because I'm pansexual. So, like, there have been moments where I've seen somebody that was male, and the first time I saw him, I was like, holy Moses. Like, that's the one. And really, it happened during the Star Wars movies. It was Harrison Ford, but it was Empire Strikes Back Harrison Ford, not the first movie. So that, whole I love you, I know. But if you note, his pants are quite tight. And he is stunning, stunning, stunning. And I'd always known that I kind of like girls, but there was nothing ever really there. So this was late in the game. Allison Janney from The West Wing.
Mm-hmm.
She had a way of talking, a way of looking. And I had seen her in other things, Drop Dead Gorgeous, other movies. If you haven't seen that movie, please get thyself to seeing it because it's hysterical. But Allison Janney specifically as CJ in The West Wing, I was just like, I think I like girls too. So, let's see.
So interestingly enough, I have no idea how to describe this, but like I find women attractive. Never want to be with them, but I find them
Sure.
attractive. That started with, hold on, and again, I had to Google her name so that I could give you at least the actress's name. But from CSI, which again, I'll explain a lot when I mention her, Lady Heather.
Oh, I know exactly who you're
Oh,
referencing,
yeah.
and yes. Yeah.
Yes, Melinda Clark is her
Yep.
character, is her name. I actually at one point had her bangs. I wanted that sideways swoop bangs, and I had it
Nice.
for a while. Don't get bangs
Nice.
while you drive a convertible. It's a pain. Like it's just
Yes.
a pain.
Yes.
But yes, Lady Heather from CSI.
Yeah.
Which now saying this as an adult with decades of reflection and a pandemic to do some self searching, like all this is like, huh, well done. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Redhead
Mine
said,
would be Michelle Pfeiffer.
"Oh, nice, good
Ooh.
choice,
And
solid
it's-
choice."
All the way back to.
If you say Grease 2, Annie, I would kiss you on the
Ooh.
mouth because
that is one, but
yeah.
the true one. My God, what is the name of the movie? It was Three Witches, and Cher was in it.
Oh,
Oh.
oh God.
Oh, and Jack Nichols.
Yep.
And they
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Shoot. While we think about that, Redhead said, but I would do Jon Snow if it ever came around, but only in Game of Thrones clothes. Okay, I can get there. Yeah.
This is accurate. Only
Yeah.
in those
Just
clothes.
only in those
Also
clothes.
to
Which
also
is
to
the
that
East
same
Wick.
fact, Jason Momoa.
Yes, Jason Momoa, and which is Viswick, yes.
So, Jason Momoa, but Stargate Atlantis days.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
That's
that.
better than Atlanta.
that-
That's better
That
than
90s like weird surfer boy, like that's where I fell in love with him. And don't get me wrong, like with the chance I'd absolutely do it nowadays, but like he was one of my favorite characters and he played such a small but important role in that show that I just
Yeah.
really liked him, and then he turned into Khal Drogo and Aquaman.
Yes. And it's lovely.
Mhm.
Lindsay said, I'm glad my type has changed since then. Like the men with the meat on their bones now. Yep, me too. I like them. I like my boys a little thick as well. Allison Janney is very pretty. Yes, yes, she is. She's stunning. And if you've seen her since she's gone gray and short haired, even more so. Like, even more classically pretty. Monica said, yes, give me a thick boy across the board. Yep. Redhead, great dominatrix. Yes, Lady Heather, absolutely. Because it wasn't just, you knew from the second Lady Heather hit the screen that it was definitively not just a little spanking. It was all the other stuff that happened along with. Lindsay said, old man crush was Kevin Costner. Whew.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner. My favorite movie by him is The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston.
There is a vibe there to him.
Especially like that whole like samurai scene.
Yeah. I'm old, so Bull Durham.
Ooh, solid choice.
Bull Durham.
Also one of my
Ooh.
favorite movies.
Yeah. Great movie, but him in that movie is just like,
I own
wow.
it on VHS.
Yeah,
Patrick
nice.
Swayze Roadhouse.
Oh, yes.
Good
yes,
choice.
Yes. Yep.
Good
solid.
choice. Redhead, Jason Momoa naked would work. Need to count all
Count
of the
all the
tattoos. I'd
He
count
just
them
got
with
a
I'd
new
count
one,
them with my
too.
tongue. It's my show. I can say whatever I want. I
Yup.
count them with my tongue. Yep.
Yep, you sure can.
Yep.
And there's not many of us that would disagree.
Yep.
No.
And Monica, anybody else you want to add to your list?
I was thinking, like, I don't know if there's anyone else that's all like that that's not been said, but the other one for me would have also been what's the Sons of Anarchy guy. When I saw
Jason
him on
Hunnam?
yeah
Hunnam,
Yeah.
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 Charlie Hunnam.
Red Hat.
Charlie
Yeah.
Hunnam.
yeah
Charlie
yeah when I
Hunnam,
saw when I saw him on Sons of Anarchy, which watching Sons of Anarchy is a whole other show, but it was a really great show. I was like, yes, please, all of that, like all of him.
A lot of it note for us, as apart from the crushes we had when we were kids, a lot of it has to do with energy and the energy that person puts out. Because, good heavens, you could be pretty,
Oh.
pretty. And what just occurred to you?
Lady Hawk. Rutger Hauer. Hauer.
Rutger
up,
Hauer.
Yeah, look up Lady Hawk.
And immediately she's like, click.
Don't judge.
Redhead, need to make sure my lipstick doesn't clash with on every tattoo. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Tonight's lipstick that I am being worn is actually lip gloss. It is a matte lip gloss, and it is brought to you by DNM on Amazon. I think this pack was $11, and you need some makeup wipes to take it off because it does stick. But sometimes that works.
I need you to get out of my brain because I just typed that in the chat. Like, get out, go away, bye.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it does not smudge. Can drink anything, can do whatever you need to do, and it does not smudge. Yep, we're just gonna leave it there. But yeah, there's
You got to test it in various situations.
you do.
Absolutely.
You do. But yeah, no, a lot of crushes as you get older have to do, I think, with energy and the energy they bring to the space. Whether it is like good positive energy. Like I think Jason Momoa has a duality, which is why a lot of people like him, of bringing like good positive energy, but also the if you wouldn't mind, I will consensually hold you by your throat.
Yeah. Like happy golden retriever boy and then Khal Drogo.
And then eyebrows drop and you're
Right.
like,
yeah. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And then it's, I'm sorry, what did you say? Nothing.
nothing,
Nothing at all.
nothing, nothing, nothing. I didn't say shit. Like I'm just over here.
What, it's the what do I need to say to make you do that again?
Whew. Yeah. There's actually a person on TikTok that I know Liz and I follow. His name's Ian. He is from the Boston. Yep, I'm sorry. He is from
Rhode Island?
Yeah, he is from the general area. I wasn't sure if he was from
He's in New England.
Massachusetts. He's a New
It's
Englander.
New England. We love it.
The donkey's boy.
So much more than that.
So much more.
I'm sorry, the onesie
He
with
does.
the donkeys.
He does this one where people are like, "Hey, why don't you look like Jamie from Outlander?" I'm using that one very specifically. And he's in a bathrobe, and he kind of looks at it, hair rumpled. It's like, psh, and he drops the book he's holding, which, by the way, he's on the cover. And the way he looks at the screen makes every part of my body feel alive.
I did not need that image in my head at this moment in time.
But here it is. But here it is.
I love
it
how
is.
we've evolved as a social dynamic that instead of it just being women or eye candy, that we can enjoy the bliss of a men eye candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one of the ones I like is, I don't know, I really don't know his name, but he's the guy that talks with the two mics.
Oh.
Oh.
Oculus?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
Yeah, when he comes across, I'm like, and when I have headphones on, I'm like, nope, I'm at work.
Yep.
No, I cannot do this right now. There are ones that I will just hit like and I'll be like, I'll watch you later. I don't have time right now. I need, you
Right.
need my
It's the
full
same.
attention.
It's the like and save button. It's
Yeah.
like and save.
Okay, so I dropped the Ian Gentleman's username within the chat so that y'all can take a look at it because
Please,
like
please do specifically.
it might be a while, but
Yeah.
you might have to scroll through.
You might have to scroll through to find it, but there is one where he just like he's wearing a bathrobe. He looks a little disheveled, wearing glasses because he looks adorable that way too. But, whew.
Yeah.
And this is, by the way, we will absolutely continue to support the person who brought us all here today, who is Charm. Without him, none of us would know each other, because we all joined his old server, which was
We're
way back in the day.
yes, which was a completely different vibe.
It was interesting.
Oh.
It was so fun at a point, though. Like,
It was.
There was a chaotic fun to it, and then it slid a little downhill. But really, for the most part, there was a chaotic vibe to that was just like, I would stop midday at work to check my phone, and they're like, "You have 362 alerts from Discord," and I'm like, "How?"
Yeah.
And then I would find out how.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Peaky Blinders
The
one
Peaky
too. By the
I
way,
forgot about that one, and I went,
Oh.
that.
Huh. The Captain America's good. It's
Yes.
very good. But I don't want to be shamed here. I don't really love Chris Evans. I like Chris Evans. He's just not my type.
I saw that. There's a woman that did a TikTok. Was like, how can you not love Chris Evans?
I
Or
cannot.
How can you? Mhm.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
She's like, how can you not see him walking down the street and not think he's attractive, the most attractive? And I looked at Chris Evans, and I'm like, no.
Sebastian Stan.
Respectfully, no.
Well, here's the thing. Like, so I like Sebastian Stan too as an actor. Like, I think he's good looking. Don't be confused. I think Chris Evans is good looking, but he is not a stop in the street fangirl squeal for me. Neither is Sebastian Stan, although having seen him in I, Tonya, where you get a full eyeful of probably the most perfect bottom I've ever seen on an actor, like I was like, you have taut muscles, sir. He was working the
will-
room.
When it comes to Sebastian Stan, I am super kind of weird with that because I remember him in the not so popular and it never really took off
Coven. Yeah.
the Covenant,
Yes.
which was like it wasn't the women's fault in the Salem witch trials. It was actually like men. And the powers passed through the men, not the women. And he was actually the baddie in that movie. And this was a early 2000s flick in my high school days. And yeah, that whole vibe. Actually, I still love that soundtrack though. It was a good soundtrack.
I do like that Red said every time I see him, I'll like think of his puffy kitty balls and tail. Thank you, charm. That is for Chris Evans. During that one, yes,
That one
and not wrong.
That one shot where my character is stuck in a tank with undead sharks. That ironical. Yeah.
You
that
may
one.
find out if you're an undead in the tank with the sharks now. Or
Look, I really liked River too. I have a glass with her name on it, and that makes me super sad.
Are you okay, Monica? I did read chat that you were choking on all the spice and brine. Are you all right?
I'm fine. My salad trying to kill me.
It's okay.
Whew.
It's okay. It's when you get that all in one bite. I actually had
Yeah.
I had a variant of pho for dinner, which I will. That's pretty much the only soup that I will buy that I won't make on my own. And there's one restaurant that does like a super flavorful broth, but the jalapenos, they put everything separately. So when you get it delivered, you don't have to, like nothing's mush. And they put the jalapenos in with the lime and the bean sprouts, which was fine, normally fine. But the sliced jalapeno was a bit extra. And I like popped one of the bean sprouts in my mouth. I was like, like, okay, that's great. That was really good. I can't eat out of that section, but that's fine. And I like heat.
Right.
But I like heat. But I'm not a jalapeno heat person. That is not my particular jam. I'm more of a horseradish heat.
Oh.
Yeah,
Horseradish
that's
and
okay.
wasabi, which is the same church.
I mean, I do wasabi. It depends on the horseradish and how it's done because there are times where like I'm in love with it, and then there are times where I'm like, this is a lot.
I grew up with. Most Polish households grew up with it. A lot of people make it. My grandmother made it. Like we grew it, and she grated it, and then canned it. So that was actually the only time I wasn't allowed in the canning basement was when she was doing that because she had to do it with a rag tied over her mouth and all the windows open. So yeah, it's strong. It's a strong flavor, but yeah.
I avoid wasabi only because my friends in college were evil. I hadn't had sushi.
They said,
Oh no!
They
Did
take
they
the
have you
whole
eat the
thing?
thing?
Yeah.
No.
Just, put the whole slab right on top of one piece of sushi and eat that, Annie. It's fine.
That
I-
tracks.
I have
Yep.
I have food issues with friends.
I would have
trying to
trust
do before
issues.
watching people eat things. No, you eat it first. I need to watch
No.
other people and see if that are you sweating? Is everything?
No. But here's the thing, my friends, I can't do that because I'm a person when I eat sushi, very rarely do I dip it in soy sauce. I just eat the sushi as it is.
Mhm.
Like, I just have it. And I'm more of a raw fish person, so I like the cooked stuff too. Like, I like all of it, but if I'm gonna enjoy it, because I don't get to enjoy it that often anymore, I will do the raw fish one. But then again, I have a friend, Sean, who loves sushi, but he makes, like, he takes soy and wasabi and mixes it together into what I can only describe as baby poop, and then dips in it, and I'm like, how does that? I mean, he loves it because it makes it spicy and it gives him the flavor he wants. And again, not yucking anybody's yums at the same time. I'm like, I cannot use you as a benchmark for anything, food-wise. No.
yeah, I'm just a picky person. We all know I'm picky. I'm just like, what is it? No, first of all, it has colors to it. Second of all, why am I eating it? There's all kind of questions.
Fair.
Most people don't want to deal with that.
Fair. Lindsay said that I like the health check, by the way, redhead. And Lindsay said I ate wasabi pea rice cracker mix all the time. So good. Yeah, super tasty. I actually at work we used to have a thing where they would do a trail mix day, which was always super fun. And when they would have that, they would set up basically snacks all day, and they would just give you little paper boats, and you would go up and make salty, make sweet, like they had mixes, so you just make your own mix. COVID killed that, because touching things. But I pretty much sesame sticks with wasabi, dried wasabi peas mixed in there, is probably one of my favorite snack grabs.
Yeah.
Just some heat a little bit with the salty and the sesame. I love it. You eat the nori sticks. I don't mind them. To me, they just shatter so easily. They don't do the nothing.
What are
I've never
nori
had
sticks?
Seaweed.
Oh,
It's
Dried
not
seaweed.
bad. I mean, if you like furikake, sprinkled on things. Yep, I like the long, slow blink from Liz. Because I knew saying it, she'd be like, have to think. Okay. Just
It
want
was
to make.
Monica's eyebrow that
Yeah,
got me.
yeah. But it's a seaweed mix that's usually served in Japanese restaurants that's sprinkled on things that has black sesame seeds and little bits of nori and garlic chip and other seasonings. But yeah.
Oh, I agree with Lindsay on this. I
What?
do think Chris Pine is the best Chris. Out of
Mm.
Helmsworth
Out of
and
all
rest
the
them.
Chris's, yes. I think he is my favorite of all the Chris's. He'd be it. Especially during that whole disaster of that movie premiere of late.
There you go, Lindsay.
Please hold your package up so I can see it. A sentence you would hear other places as well.
right?
I'd like to combine that with the word furikake. Go ahead.
So I do have a question of what you just talked about there. So
Yeah.
talked about work and the panini we went through.
Yeah.
So
The
how does
panini.
everybody? Yes, to the panini. So how does everybody feel? Because mostly everybody's back at the office at some point or another. Like, how do we feel about potlucks now? Are your people having it? Are you like participating now since the pandemic? Because I don't. Like, I'm weary of it. Like,
Potlucks?
when they have stuff. Yeah.
So our office was well known. Like that was actually part of when we hired people. We're like, hey, just so you know, we do potlucks. Pretty much there was one once a month pre-pandemic. And then we would have events, like there were scheduled events and then there'd just be random potlucks. We used to have a chili cook-off, and we also had a buffalo chicken dip cook-off because we had 7 guys in the office that swore they made the best buffalo chicken dip, and they insisted on bringing it in for everybody to try. So everybody was super happy, but I will tell you flat, they all tasted exactly the same. Like, exactly. And everybody was like, well, this one tastes like, and that one, I'm like, they taste exactly the same. Like, you guys are putting the same ingredients in, I swear to God. They all taste the same. But they swore up and down somebody's was different. Post-pandemic, we have less potluck, and we have more, like, catered lunch stuff. We try and do something small once a month. We'll get, like, Jersey Mike's or Bigot Chicken or something like that. To appease the masses, but for the most
Chick-fil-A
part,
for anyone that doesn't
Chick-fil-A who doesn't know that I call it that, but I call it Bigot Chicken. And I'm not saying it doesn't taste good, because please understand, they have the best lemonade on the planet.
Yes.
Their chicken nuggets are outstanding. Like it's really good, but Bigot Chicken.
Apparently my experience with Chick-fil-A has not been standard. Because my couple of experiences with the Chick-fil-A, and I only eat chicken nuggets from fast food restaurants, just so we're clear, they were trash.
Really? So
Yeah.
every time I have ever had a chicken nugget from Chick-fil-A, it is good. I do buy it I do eat it when the office buys it, and I usually make a donation to Planned Parenthood for the what I would consider the amount of food that I have eaten. I found that on TikTok. There was a woman on TikTok who's like, "Hey, every time I eat a Chick-fil-A, I make a matching donation to Planned Parenthood." And I'm like, ding, 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 I'm in.
That makes sense.
Um,
But to Liz's point, though, I think it may be depending on what your definition of a chicken nugget is, because there are some people that think chicken, they like their chicken nuggets like McDonald's and Wendy's and all that. Chick-fil-A is not that. Like, it's not.
Chick-fil-A is chicken chunks. That's all
Yeah,
it is.
chicken
Which
chunk.
is fu-
Right,
well,
exactly.
chicken nuggets is anywhere from like the fast food to like the popcorn chicken at KFC. Like it's the generalized of the smaller version of a chicken strip. Like that's my definition of a chicken nugget. But it's not even so much like because I noticed that they were huge, like they were massive compared to anything else I had, but they were not good.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's just because this was up in Massachusetts. We only had one in the area for like maybe 3 years, and I worked close to the military base, so they put it close to the military base. But every time I either like, I never bought it for myself. It was always bought for me, being like, "Hey, we're going to Chick-fil-A. Do you want anything?" And they'd drop it off to me at the military base, while I was on duty, and be like, "Hey, thanks, whatever." But every time I drove past it, it was packed, like constantly packed. But I never found the worth of it. I'm like, I'm good. Like
I
this.
So I have a thing. Oh, by the way, hello Mo.
Hi, Mo.
Glad to have you here. We've been talking about crushes, and now we're talking about food, and we're gonna be playing a game. If you'd like to answer the questions, we talked about who was your childhood crush and who would you consider your sexual awakening. The first person you saw on screen that was like,
Ooh.
whew, take your breath away, in all the right places. And now we are talking about bigot chicken, as I call it, or Chick-fil-A. I don't know. I mean, like, I think it gets a better rap food-wise than it should. I am a very... Oh! And Stalker. Hey, Stalker, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, Red's right. Chick-fil-A is not so good, especially if you've had real Southern fried chicken. Yep.
And now that I'm in Louisiana, I'm like, there's no way I'm trying Chick-fil-A at this point because I can name at least 3 other really good fried chicken places
Okay,
here in town.
Benjamin the Jet Rodriguez.
Benjamin
Who is...
Was he the
What
football
are we
player?
The what?
Was he?
I need more
Hold
information.
on, we're googling.
He was a kickboxer. No. Oh, Sandlot.
Oh,
Oh my god.
there we go.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. We're all on board.
Yeah. Oh man, that's at the. Oh, I
Yes.
didn't
Yes.
even think
Yes.
of.
Kemma's here. Hey, Kemma. She said
Hi, Kemma.
Sandlot as well. Yeah,
That's right.
she
I
answered
forgot
that. Yeah, if
about
anybody else wants to answer that question, it was your first crush and your first sexual awakening. If enough people are here that they need a recount of ours, we can quickly go back. But needless to say, each of ours was very unique in its own fashion, and yet probably not overly surprising as far as
Upon
things go.
reflection, not surprising.
Yeah, upon reflection, it makes sense. First crush was Mel Gibson, and we never speak of this again. That's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You and Lindsay can sit together. Lindsay's was Kirk Cameron, and I think she feels the same way about hers. It's okay. We can all band together.
Right.
Oh, we've all had crushes, by the way, that we look back on and go, "Oh boy,
Yeah.
that was a bad choice."
Yeah.
That
Yep,
was-
this
that
is a
didn't-
safe space. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
It's
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah,
We-
some things just don't
remember
age
that,
well.
like, that's the catch. We remember that this was in a much different time when we had these feelings.
Yes, exactly. This was pre-internet, arrest records,
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah.
sugar
'cause I have to
tits, the
admit,
entire effort.
the whole
So,
thing.
yeah.
Because Sean Connery at one point was definitely a crush until I found out about him, and then it was like,
Problematic. Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, and this is just my opinion, there's stuff out there about him, and some
Marilyn Manson.
people, oh yeah,
Seeing a
oh,
therapist.
yeah, it's fair.
I'm sorry, no, I can't.
That never rang my bell, but that's, I mean, good for you. Again, no yucking of yums.
No,
I
it's not. It's that for me. It's definitely not a yuck for a yum because he started in Fort Lauderdale, so I saw him before the other parts of the
Oh.
makeup went through, and it was like, I remember this image of you.
well, so that's actually
Not
how
that
I feel
image.
about Joe Manganiello. I think
Hmm.
he's very good looking now, but y'all should have seen him when he was in 8th grade and playing lacrosse. Like, he did not look like that, I promise you, because he went to school just down the street from me. And I had another friend who played lacrosse with Joe Manganiello. So we all locally, Pittsburgh is a very big small town. So it is not unusual to see people out and about again. And the way he looks now, Mother Nature works her miracles in astounding ways.
Glow up. He had
He'll glow up.
somebody hit the nuke button on that glow up.
Like, he got pressed twice. I've only done that with inundated. What was I thinking?
I understand and relate to that one.
Fair. But yeah, so it's all is fun. So that was kind of our conversations about what we were doing there before. We're also going to play a little game called The Shame of Life. For those of you who are not familiar, I actually bought this as a Kickstarter because it amused me so much. I did buy a copy of this for Charm. He has used it a couple times on other sites. But he has not used it often, so I don't feel bad about using this. I'm just going to pick cards that I want to talk about because it's my game and I get to play it.
Sure.
There are debate cards where we can argue. There are dilemma cards where they put you in a situation. And then there are describe cards. We encourage everybody, including chat, to participate as well if you would like. Oh, Neville Longbottom. Yeah.
Yeah, his
Talk about glow up.
Oh, as a kid who was around that age and from one movie to the next, I went,
Heavens to Betsy. Yeah, that was.
Hello.
like, I am a Draco girl, but Neville.
Yes.
I need to
Excuse me.
read. Tom Felton just came out with a book, and apparently in there he talks about that glow up. with
Oh,
him.
Beyond the Wand. I want to
Beyond
get
the
that
Wand.
book as
So
well.
it's like
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
like I want to hear what that perspective was on
Indeed.
this set.
Indeed. So we're going to start with a debate question. Oh no, that
Oh.
pesky mad scientist is at it again. She's going to swap your brain for that of another species for a day. What is the least risky brain you want to pilot your meat skeleton? Give it some thought.
But what if you don't want it to be risky?
Oh, Jesus.
That is your choice. And I love that from Mo. Oh, look, here comes a game where Momo's about to overshare. Do it. We'll also do
Alright.
dilemma cards too. We're going to do a debate. Debate first. So I'll read it again. Oh no, that pesky mad scientist is at it again. She is going to swap your brain with that of another species for a day, which is the least risky brain you want to pilot your sloppy meat skeleton.
Great white shark.
Oh,
Because they're a loner.
okay.
I was actually going to go orca for the one, but for the
That's chaotic as hell. Damn.
oh, they're pack animals and they teach each other. They're
It's-
freaking amazing.
They also get bored and slap seals out of the water for fun.
I love
Yeah,
that.
Have you met Annie?
Yeah.
the
Have you
cha-
met
the-
Annie?
The chaotic version for that
Yeah.
instead is a ferret.
Wild or domesticated?
Wild.
Oh, sweet goodness.
Jesus Lord.
Y'all
I'm
were
gonna
playing
be
with Annie. Y'all act
Sorry,
like this is a
I
surprise.
asked.
Y'all act like this is a surprise. This
Well,
is normal. Like, this is
I'm not
so
saying it's not normal. It's the creativity of her choices
Yeah.
that's catching me off guard.
That's the doesn't even catch me off guard because maybe it's the Pisces thing. That's why it's not. It's
Gotta
like
be.
whatever.
It's gotta be.
It's just that sounds normal. It sounds normal to me. Like yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
That tracks.
Oh,
Monica vibes with me. She gets me.
Captain
oh, that
Spider.
is That is.
Ooh.
We're gonna allow that. Automod caught
Full
something
flight.
Mo had said, but that's not. It's not bullying. It said it was bullying. It's not. Um. Oh God, a trapdoor spider where I can hide. Jesus, Mo. Go hide
But,
in
like-
Monica's house. See what happens. She
You
will
will
burn
die.
it to the ground.
I will take this whole place down with me. I will take my dad and go.
I will take my dad and go. We're gonna pause everything for 1 second here because I see that Kylie is here, and I
Oh.
just want to do a public check-in. Where you at?
Good.
Hey, Kylie.
We're gonna wait for an answer too. Is that a smiley thumbs up? I can't tell what that is.
I see lots of. It's crying, laughing. I think.
I see crying, laughing as well.
Okay, that doesn't make me happy. We'll get into that in a minute. All right, I'm gonna roll back. Trapdoor spider. Lindsay said an elephant. Okay, I can be down with that. I can be down with that.
Okay.
Kemma
flying
flying squirrel. Good choice.
Yes.
Good choice. That could also work with their murder hobo ways. Orcas are arseholes. Yes, they are. Hello, Candy.
A show golden retriever.
Oh, because
That-
that is, if you have a submissive tendency, that would be
Ooh.
a fascinating choice. Because you would take
Yeah.
command. Think
But
about
also
that
I'm
for a
very-
little
very-
bit.
No,
There's that side of it, but there's also the side of you are here to take care of me. Yes.
Chaotic choice tiger
Whew.
for Lindsay.
is that chaotic though?
Not really. Kinda.
I
Mo
mean,
wants
can
to be
be.
a dinosaur and then take her Steph for a ride. We're waiting to hear from. I don't think she is Sans and Oregon yet. We're gonna see.
Now I gotta think of a chaotic choice.
don't
Realistically,
really
I just want
have-
to be left alone. Like
I would like to be an indoor cat. Thank you very much. I would preferably like to be Shadow, because she has Annie trained like nobody's business. Like she just has to look at the door, and Annie gets up and opens it for her. So, I would like to be
By the
Shadow,
way,
Annie's
it's,
cat,
it's
please.
a him. It's
Well,
a him.
fair enough. I'll take it for the day. So in case you just got here and you missed it, it was what brain would you swap a species with for a day? What is the least risky one you would choose? Apparently, we've chosen to avoid the concept of least risky and go for full throttle.
no,
Yeah, so
my
my
great white
least-
is not risky.
Yeah,
What's yours, Mon?
that's true. So my least risky is also a cat. I'm a cat in life right now. So let me be a cat, an indoor cat, and just live my life. But chaotic, let me be a Black Panther.
Chaotic, let me be a gator in a zoo that does gator shows.
So you can freak people out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's down.
Specifically one that's been trained, not a live, not like a wild one, but one that's been trained.
You know, I can see this because it'll be that one show handler, that is cocky, and they put their arm in there, like, look what I can do. Here's this. So,
Bam!
Boom. Yep. Snap. I like that most chaotic choice is a 10-point buck with my choice of mates.
Oh shit!
Mo wins.
All right, Mo for the win.
Wins.
Mo for
All
the win.
right then.
All right. We're gonna go with the.
Oh no! Don't death roll, Artemis. Oh please, that's the whole reason why I'm choosing it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm hungry. I'm not hungry for husbands. All right, that is a reference, I believe, to the Carol Baskin comment ahead of that.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, dilemma. This is the dilemma card.
Oh lord.
Dicks for hands or hands for dicks? Taking your own
Hold on.
personal gender out of
Think
this.
about that.
I was gonna say I don't care. It's not
Dicks for
bad,
hands
like-
or hands for dicks? Taking your own gender out of this.
Hands for dicks.
Okay.
Thanks for hands. I want to shake hands with people. I want to shake hands with people and just like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna go through the whole. Sorry about that.
I still want my dexterity, so like I don't want to give that part up.
So you want like a dual dexterity is what you're getting there.
Sure, why not? I
Why
mean, I'll
not?
still get the job done anyways.
Sometimes better than the dicks.
There's the catch.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's kind of where I was going. I'm like, it's hands for dicks.
Yeah. In chat, you will have to write the word D. I feel like the auto mod's going to catch a bunch of that. So,
Yes.
But
or
nope,
you can use
nope.
this on Richards.
Richards,
Which
yes.
is-
Pretty much, oh no, Mo went with dicks for hands, so no one wants to touch me unless they are interested. Valid. Lindsay said hands for D's. I think I'm going to go with that as well. How many trainers does it take to train an alligator? Good question.
A competent one.
How
Yeah.
many trainers stay alive to train one alligator? That's what I would know.
I mean, there's a TikTok account for a guy who does it. His name's Chris, who works out of Florida, and he's got
Well, they're all the tribes down here. A lot of the tribes do it.
yeah.
Mikasuki or
Yeah.
for it.
I like the one TikTok where there's a woman doing it, and they're in like a glass case, and she's feeding them through this net or whatever. And they were going to come out. She does not realize how much her life was in danger, and she's trying to laugh it off. I'm like, oh, sweetie, they almost killed you. Like, you need to
Mhm.
stop. This is not your thing.
Mhm.
They move faster than people think. they do.
Kemo, would it help you with your swimming? That's wow. Okay. Like
How many
extra
times in your
flippers.
life have I wanted an extra hand?
My God.
For sure,
my
says
God.
Kema. Excellent.
Okay.
I think
I
so.
wanna see-
Yeah. Go ahead.
I want to see Kimba talking to the judges. Now, listen, this is not a bad thing. This
Yes,
is not something you
It's
can be
just
out
helping
for.
along the way. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Shoot, I just
Yeah.
know the first time I went north after living in Florida for too long, and I looked out on.
I want to know
Some
how
lake
this
area.
transitioned to a story. Keep going.
Oh, I'm gonna let you know. Because I'm sitting there and I start laughing, and my friend was like, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "Because I realized I could just jump into this lake and I don't have to watch out for the logs to find out if they're really logs or if it's a gator waiting to make a snack."
Fair and valid.
There.
Yes, fair and valid.
There
And
are
ne-
logs with teeth, and not
um,
mimics.
next one is a describe. What ingredient would you include in the bath bomb of your nemesis? Peppermint oil. I'm telling you right now, it would be full of peppermint oil.
Eucalyptus.
It would burn your biddies off.
Eucalyptus oil.
Something menthol along the same lines as what Beth said.
Peppermint oil.
Or capsaicin. Not capsaicin. Whatever pepper spray's made out of. But like in liquid form.
Ooh. Mm,
Because that'll do the same damn thing.
mhm.
Except for worse.
Yes.
Nair. Oh,
Oh.
Lindsay.
Lindsay, madam,
Oh,
Damn.
whew, they're going all in. Chili pepper,
I mean, does it have to be a liquid?
poison,
Is that-
poison ivy,
Oh,
candy.
poison. Poison
that one
oak.
might be better than the other one.
That's
Poison
long
ivy or poison
term.
oak? Yeah.
Poison oak is the same way, yeah, because the poison oak is the oil. It's not the.
Oh, I'm here for this.
Does it have to be an oil? Like,
No.
does it
No,
have-
no, no. It just has
No,
to
it could
be
be anything.
included in the bath bomb of your nemesis.
Okay, if it was possible, if it was anything, I would include fire ants.
Oh,
Sweet.
oh,
And they form a floating raft in floods too. Oh,
just want to be clear, we're all Monica's friend, so we're good. Never cross her though. Nair floats and clumps. Yep.
but
Too dark.
in a
Nope.
but in a bath bomb, you would never know because of all the bubbling and all the other stuff. As the bath
It
bomb
would
breaks
just-
up, it would be too
just-
late.
Yes, it would be too late, so it would just destroy.
Hair bleach, like lightener.
So a friend of mine was a swimmer, and he used to have to shave his legs before meets. And one time, ooh, cyanide. Jeez.
Are they drinking the bath water? What's
It can
happening?
absorb through your
It can
skin.
absorb.
Absorb into your skin
And,
and
Yeah.
take you slow.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Whew. Glad you
Red
like
wins
me.
that one.
Red wins. Glad you like me, Red. But so a friend of mine, he was a swimmer and he had to shave his legs before meets. and he got very tired of shaving his legs before meets. So one time he decided to use Nair, and I told him, I'm like, hey, make sure that you just use like a patch, like do a patch. Make sure you don't have a reaction, and then go ahead. And I have used it before, never had a reaction in my life ever. And they have the roll on, like it smells terrible. I warned him. I'm like, it's a chemical. It smells awful, but it will take all the hair off your leg for at least a week. It dissolves the hair, so it will take it off. He did not do the test.
Oh no.
He did this in the dorm showers
Oh God.
and came to the swim meet with a full ass rash
Yeah.
on both of his legs, which burned when he hit the water.
Yeah.
Chlorine, not
Yeah.
your friend.
And his
That's why I
response
can't use
was,
Nair.
his response was, why didn't you tell me? I did, dum-dum. You didn't listen. You didn't listen. Remind me to tell you sometime about how I know I'm allergic to...
Fire
That sounds like the worst story ever. Jesus, Mary and Joseph melted his legs. Yes, he did. Yeah. And yes, patch test always for everything. Always patch test. You never know. You can be fine the first 6 times you use something. It's that 7th that your body decides, nope, I'm gonna get you. Plus chlorine, yeah. He said it felt like jumping in, and this is an old reference, so we'll just go with that, but it felt like jumping into a tub of mercurochrome. Yeah, just burned. And he had to swim, so he couldn't scream. But boy, did he want to. Yeah, it was a good time. So we've decided we're a bunch of vindictive bitches. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. Why? Because we're all friends.
This is
So-
why women listen to murder podcasts. You don't think we don't have
Exactly.
these thoughts on a regular.
Exactly. Plus, cross one of us, and you will see what it's like when we all band together.
Especially when we got places to hide bodies.
Exactly. Nothing like...
Not that our
like
FBI agents,
No.
you know,
No,
we're just playing.
never.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely
Our
not.
FBI agents know by now.
Yeah, they're just
we
talking about D&D. Okay. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Okay. Debate. The strangest song to trigger a post-breakup crying meltdown. Now, I'm going to take the post-breakup part out of that. What is what you would consider your strangest song that makes you sad? Like, I'm going to clarify with this. I like listening to sad songs sometimes. I do. Sometimes I have a song playlist called Low that makes me actually weirdly occasionally feel better because it's not as bad as all this.
I'm working on it. I have to go find my Spotify playlist to tell you.
Yeah, I actually have to find mine too. We are not going to play
Lauren.
any of the songs because we are not going to get ourselves in a situation where we get banned for some sort of copyright issue. Redhead, thank you for being willing to bring the tarp, and Lindsay for reaffirming that we are all innocent angels. And yes, please sing along to that if you will.
Miranda Lambert's "Not My Mama's Broken Heart."
Ooh.
Oh,
And we all just go, oh.
That's such a good. See, it's
It's a
interesting
good
though because
song.
it makes her sad, but it empowers the fuck out of me. Like,
Yes, it does. It's sad and it's empowering. Because if you ever want to see me, and yes, I listen to country music all the time. I have a whole that makes it to everything. But you want to see me sing out loud in my car, usually by myself, it's that song
Yeah.
and a few others, but definitely that one.
okay.
so
Mine.
go ahead. No, mine has a story, so you go yours.
Perfect Drug, Lost Highway.
Okay.
Okay.
I've heard that one. Yes.
Oh, see, it's not a weird one though. It makes sense that it'd make people sad. All right, now I'm gonna have to reset this one.
No,
off.
no,
Hold
no.
on.
You can say that one too. Like if you have a couple, like I have a whole playlist based on feeling low. So for
Right.
me, Ave Maria, that's a good one. That can hit a lot of chords. I will say, church wise, um, How Great Thou Art. For me,
Mm.
makes me sad because we played that at my grandmother's funeral. So I always, when I hear that one, that rings a bell of sadness.
Yeah, Oh Danny Boy for me, for my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
If
like having a bagpipe come out.
if heaven wasn't so far away,
Oh.
that like if I'm ever listening to that, it's bad. Like if I'm actively like I pulled it up on Spotify, like it didn't pop on the radio, it's not on shuffle. Like if that's an active pull up, it's bad.
So the one that grabs me as a sad is "Keep Me in Your Heart for a While" by Warren Zevon.
Mhm.
That one can destroy my day. If we're talking about more of a romance, I don't want to use necessarily that word, but like, that sort of sad. Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi, I just can wear on my soul. Not in a terrible way, but like one where it's like poking a bruise.
Yeah. I have two more. So, and these are the absolute drop songs. So, like, if you really want to sit me right in the middle of my feelings, number one is Godspeed, like James Blake's version.
Okay.
Um, that song is for my mom, and I don't know if it came out when she passed or I just heard it, but that is forever gonna be the song I think about my mom. And then the other song, post breakup, whatever, is Jasmine Sullivan, "In Love with Another Man." Play that on,
Ooh,
it will put you in your feels just full out.
nice. Actually, if anybody here, I'm pretty sure anybody here that is watching belongs to the Discord, because that would be the only place that really you'd be coming from. I will drop my Something Low list, because that's on there. Sometimes we all just tend to drop songs that you know make us feel a kind of way. No Me Quiera Más. Selena. Ugh. Anything Selena. Girl. A song about how someone they love is moving on. Yep. Mo,
Yeah.
So
correct.
I'm looking at Redheads, like every
I,
funeral, Ave Maria song, and
that
Butchered.
that hurts, especially given I was the one who sang that at my grandmother's funeral.
Oh,
Like that
Oh.
hurts.
okay.
Well,
You,
I
not
have a
you.
question about that. Right. Well, I have a question about that, about what Redhead said. So, usually, culture background, things like that, like, nobody gets up to sing if they can't sing. Like, if somebody gets us there and they can't sing, they will get pulled down quickly, in,
Um,
in,
It
in my
depends.
places.
so
And
sometimes you have family that sings.
mhm,
Sometimes you have people that sing, but then also sometimes Catholic churches, especially, will have
mhm.
people specifically they choose to sing, and the cantor can't always sing. Um,
Yeah.
and it becomes rough because it's part of the, like, that's part of the package deal.
Yeah.
When
Part of the
you
order.
yeah, like part of the order. When you pre-order, you get a whole bunch of things, and that's part of it. We let for my
Yeah.
dad's, we were allowed to choose, and my mom's like, we're gonna opt out of that
Got you.
particular part of things. And
And see,
culturally,
for
it is
me,
different.
yeah, the church that my grandmother had the funeral in was the same church that I sang in the choir. So we had our standard soloist who would sing with us, and I did a lot of harmonization. But for that song, they let me do that one solo because I will perfectly be honest, I am much better in a group than I am solo. But this was the one thing that I wanted to do, especially given like I was taking Latin and I knew how to actually correctly pronounce the words. So
Oh,
switching
cool.
off of that super 100% depressing topic. Lindsay, I feel you on that, by the way. Mama by Il Divo.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Mm.
All right.
Um,
I liked the Crossroads, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Bo bo
no.
bo bo. Bo bo.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
I-
that does have
I've
a
got
vibe.
an aged one. Love Don't Live Here Anymore.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tina Turner's "What's Love Got to Do with It?" Again, not sad though. That
Yeah.
one, that one will,
That'll
that
get
one
you,
will
but
get
at
me
the same
guys.
time, it is a little bit like a oof,
Hmm.
oofta.
It's so weird. I don't have a breakup song. Like mine are just like emotionally tied to them. I think the only time I had a breakup song, and this was just a general, I was like kind of depressed type it's my general depression song is like Moonlight Sonata.
Okay, okay, I can get
Like
there.
I'll just play that on absolute repeat when I'm feeling low. Like it is the weirdest thing, and I don't know. Well, obviously, if you've ever heard Moonlight Sonata, um, you know why it has that dark undertone, whatever. But yeah,
There's
I don't
that
know.
one, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't really have a lot of breakup music. Like there are songs that I will listen to on repeat, but they aren't. I wouldn't call them breakup songs. Uh,
Just
what
find
is
a
this
way.
group on tear jar every time? We're good at it. This is what we're good at.
Hmm.
Um,
Practice.
practice makes perfect. Um,
Right.
but like I will listen to certain songs over and over and over again to the point where it's like ridiculous. I listened to Stronger by Britney Spears after I had broken up with somebody so many times that my family was like, "Stop it." And I'm like, "It's the chord change. I like the chord change." And they're like, "Mm-hmm. Stop it."
Okay. I got harassed for mine for that one. By my roommate. Nickelback, How You Remind Me.
Oh my God, no
Oh.
Nickelback. Nickelback across the. People say Nickelback is bad. They lie. Nickelback
People
has some
say
like.
Nickelback is bad, but you can sing every word to every goddamn song. Please shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Like, you
I
know,
played that too much, so I got the same thing, Beth. I got the
stop
I
it.
mean, like, have you ever listened to "Burn It to the Ground"? Like, oh,
Yep.
that is a vibe. Cool vibe.
Yeah. What is your, and this is a, so first of all, also I listen to a lot of If You're Gone by Matchbox 20.
Ooh.
It's a lot of it. I'm not super proud of that either. But what is your weird hype song? Like you would not suspect.
Allow me to go into my hype playlist.
Yes. What is your weird hype song? The song that hypes you up that is unexpected.
Before I answer that one, I'm gonna piggyback on Andy and the Nickelback thing again. So if the one that you said, but the sister to that is Rascal Flatts. Here Comes Goodbye.
yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah.
For the weird hype song, because I was so a goth girl, and this was not where my head was. I was with goth music. I was Metallica. I was Grateful Dead for some things. I was all the other genre, but Spice World and Spice
Ooh.
Girls. Like if I need to get hyped up, it's the inner preppy something in me came out with that one, and it was like, I shouldn't like you. I do.
Oh, y'all missed the Oh, I was doing a whole dance choreograph, and Charm hadn't let me into the Zoom room, and I had Spice Girls playing at one point, and I was doing the Spice. Oh God, hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. But I was doing the full like dance from the movie. Like
love that.
flat out listening, wasn't caring. He hadn't let me in yet. Spice Up Your Life lyrics. So it was Spice Up Your Life, but like I was absolutely 100% like doing the slam it to the left, shake it to the right. Like I was doing all those moves, and like no one saw it because of it. Hype, it's a little bit of so I have two. It's The Greatest Show from The Greatest Showman. So it's that opening song that they go through. Like a lot of people will choose other songs from that movie, but for some odd reason, like that gets me amped. And then it's a World Cup song, which I suppose is an automatic hype song, but hold on. I gotta find which one it is. Oh, Waka Waka from the South African World Cup, done by Shakira.
Okay.
Oh, that one was good. There was
Yep.
the other one that was done by Ricky Martin. He did another World Cup.
Oh, yes, hold on. I listened to
Oh.
that one most recently because, by the way, the World Cup is this year. So, like, when the World Cup happens and you start seeing me in, like, jerseys, oh, well, get over it.
It's the full hype squad has begun.
I'm so excited.
Yep.
It depends. What countries and jerseys are you wearing?
So, I will go to my closet and go get them. I have several. I have Iceland, I have France, I have Brazil, I have England. I will never own Spain or Germany. I don't know why, but I just never will. Hold on. Iceland, Spain. No, Iceland. You know what? I'm about to go to like my closet and go pull them
Do
out
it.
because every
Do it.
World Cup, I specifically get one official FIFA jersey, except for the last World Cup because I love the fact that the Icelandic team was only comprised of half professional soccer players. Other like people on that team had to get permission to take time off of work to go to the World Cup because they are regular normal people. And then I loved how young the France team was and how they managed to pull off the World Cup that I had to get both jerseys.
Okay.
So we have a few here. While she
Oh.
goes to get them, we're gonna have a few here. First of all, Mo said the goth community stands the Spice Girls. Yes, they do. Fleetwood Mac Dreams, Lindsay's.
Alley. Yes, that was
LA,
it.
LA. Yes, I am with that one.
Lady
Let's see.
Marmalade.
Lady Marmalade, yes, is getting ready for a night out. Okay, so we're for it. Okay, so if we're getting ready for a night out, this is still, if this song comes on, if I'm at the gym, I will move faster. Like if it comes on my earphones, because I'll have it just like rotating whatever tracks. Now That We Found Love by the late great Heavy D. That song for some reason pumps me up. I know every word. I love that song. But I also have Crank That by Soulja Boy. I love that song so much. Yeah, we can't really do it because we'll get cited.
What song?
That's okay. Now That We Found Love by Heavy D and Crank That by Soulja Boy. I like those.
Oh,
Monica, go on yours.
One hype song is Future Testify. Get that song playing. That is my song right there.
Nice.
Future Testify. And then for some, I guess it's like old school reason I can't let it go. Tevin Campbell's Round and Round.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Tevin Campbell's Round and Round, or his other one, I forget what it was, but any one of those three, like those are my hype songs.
Nice.
Living the Vida Loca.
yes.
Yes.
That's a good one.
All right. Now we are going to have a show by Liz.
Apparently.
Please hit it.
Okay, so I grabbed all of them. So this one is Italy.
Nice.
But which, for the record, if you're looking for unofficial soccer merch, Marshalls. Because that's where I got the Italy one. That's where I got the Brazil one. This is the official France one.
Okay.
That's Red Sox. Sorry, I put all my jerseys together. So, Boston Red Sox fan, in case anyone was curious. England, which I bought actually. It's not an official feature one. FIFA one, but I had bought it when Boston decided to play. The House of Blues in Boston did a whole soccer day, and it was England versus the U.S., and there were 7 England fans, and I was one of them.
Nice.
And I will honestly say the men's World Cup team for the U.S. is not ready for the World Cup stage. Women's team, whole different ballgame, but men's team, not ready.
I agree.
Official Brazil. Portugal.
I was about to say that's not Brazil.
It's Portugal, and then my favorite, it's my Iceland, my underdog team.
Yay! Those
Yeah.
are awesome. Those
So-
are super awesome.
Yes, those are all the ones that I keep in my closet because I am not a huge sports person, but I will absolutely tell you that every 4 years I become psychotic when it comes to the World Cup. And in 2026, it is coming to the US. Houston is one of the stadium, and so isn't my home stadium, the home of the New England Patriots, Gillette Stadium. And I have always said that if that stadium was chosen, no matter where I lived in the country, I was flying back for one of those games. And that's what I plan on doing.
So Liz will be streaming from there one day.
Exactly.
Lindsay said Eminem Without Me. I do like that song.
Good song.
Mo
Missy
said
Elliott.
Missy Elliott.
Who?
Bubba Sparks, Yin Yang Twins for the gym. I will tell you, Missy Elliott, when she played the Super Bowl, like that started, and there was that meme of people running from their kitchens because they
Yep.
heard Missy's, like it. They heard it just start. She could
I
have done
heard
the
a
whole
very
thing.
sad. Yeah, I heard a very sad thing about Missy Elliott, and not her herself, but I heard a very sad thing that I will call them, because I'm old, I will call them young kids nowadays. They thought that because Missy just came on with somebody's song, like somebody upcoming or new now, they did the duet with them or whatever, and people are saying that, oh, Missy is a new up and coming, music person. It hurt my heart. I was like,
They've
oh,
the newer
and
generation has been saying that about so many artists, but I think that one
yeah,
hurt the most. Like,
that would hurt, and Snoop's. People did
Yes.
not know that Snoop was who Snoop was back in, because they see this Snoop, they don't believe that Snoop was a full criminal and a real like gangster rapper back in the days. They
our
think it was
ge-
all a joke.
our generations have failed the younger generations.
Yeah,
We
it's true.
listen.
Dear
It's so
Lord.
sad.
It's true. It's true. No Sharks jersey. No Sharks jersey. Sharks?
What?
Red said no
Oh.
Sharks jersey.
I don't.
Is there
I-
a soccer team named the Sharks?
Look, if that's a U.S. league, all I know is the Revolutions out of Boston. Because again, I'm an international soccer fan.
I will say,
Oh, it
Lindsay,
looks
yes.
like San Jose.
San
Maybe?
Jose,
No?
maybe.
No.
Yes,
Uh,
San Jose Sharks apparently. Or
Yeah,
what
but
did
that's
say?
not in Jersey. Oh,
I don't think she means in Jersey. I think she means Jersey, like Jersey uncapitalized,
But-
not capitaled.
the San Jose Sharks is a
Hockey?
hockey team. Yeah. And if we're talking hockey, it's going to be Bruins. Any U.S. sport, it's going to be a Massachusetts team for me. I apologize,
As it
with
is
no game.
Pittsburgh for
Flyers.
me. It's fine.
Yeah, Flyers.
It's all his Martha Stewart commercials. But let me tell you, that Martha Stewart and Snoop TV show is dope. Like, you should watch it. It's funny.
That's because people
Yeah.
don't get the reference that she went to jail either. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but Martha Stewart isn't as Martha Stewart as people think she is.
no.
Oh, hockey is redheads love. Yes. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yes. I am not familiar with hockey. Get puck into goal.
Smash
Like-
someone's face into guard.
Yeah.
All I know,
yeah.
co-location, not going.
Yeah. Goal location. Not going. Yeah. Can she take her blanket? Oh, going to an NFL game later this month, Kemma. Woo. Which team?
Yay.
Are you going to 49ers? I know you were West Coast, so which team
I
will you
just
go to see?
confused NFL with NHL, and I went, what? And then I got,
Yeah.
never mind. Yeah. Don't be a Pats fan in New Orleans, though. Apparently that they were like, yeah, but we beat the Pats. I don't care.
So I will say I do own a T-shirt in black and gold, which are the colors of Pittsburgh, all Pittsburgh sports teams. I do own a shirt that says "As long as New England loses."
It's fair. I don't argue with it.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely do not argue with it.
NHL, non-F, wrong sport. Okay, so you're going to an NHL game. Are you going to the San Diego Sharks?
Sharks?
Curious what game you're going to.
I don't know what. Oh, Maple Leaf in the Ducks. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. My best friend Julie, her husband is a huge Toronto Maple Leafs fan. We think it's sweet and endearing and sad, but
Trash.
a bit. But he loves his team and we support him. But yeah, the Mighty Ducks. Yeah, that was funny in D&D. Take the Mighty Duck formation. You can keep saying that, and it will have no further meaning to me. What do you
I don't know
mean?
what I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah,
What
like
does this
and
mean?
when by the second time I'm like, I don't get it. Just say what you mean. V formation? Yes,
V
I
formation.
understand that. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I know. The cultural levels of an elder. I don't know."
Yeah,
Let's
no,
see.
I'm
We're not
solidly good. I no. I would
I will
also like to
support.
share the information that like when the Bruins won the Stanley Cup, during Laconia Motorcycle Bike Week, the next day we had plenty of Quebec motorcycles. We had plenty of Canadian motorcycles. They all disappeared when the Boston Bruins won. You didn't see a single motorcycle out and about the following day after the Boston Bruins won. It was
Interesting.
entertaining.
The
I love
Maples
the
should
fact we call
take
him.
that game unless series is toss up. I love that. We get used to the losses. Yep.
I love.
Being a Miami person, I understand that concept in terms of football. Because Dolphins?
Oh,
Okay,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the fact that we call him Mr. Kimma.
I
Yeah.
love that so much.
Yeah. Well, that's how we know him. So
Yep.
that's what we call
Yep.
him, Mr. Kemma.
Mr.
But his
Kemma.
name is related to the Maple Leaves. It's funny because I notice it every time because of my friend Jeff.
Mhm.
Mm.
So this question is just funny to me. So I'm gonna ask it. Give it some thought. Which family favorite cartoon do you believe has the most upsetting genitals?
What?
I never thought about this.
I've never thought about it either. What family favorite cartoon do you believe has the most upsetting genitals? Barney Rubble.
Question.
What?
I don't know why. I don't even know why I answered it, but I did. It's a question.
Have we ever seen like in what?
That's the
Does he ever wear
problem.
We
pants?
haven't. It said thinks. Would you think? I'm
Oh.
just going on think. I don't know.
Oh, got you.
I'm gonna say
Got
Barney
you.
Rubble.
Okay. Nope, nope.
Okay.
Thundercats.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna say
Oh.
gargoyles.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the Fairly Odd Parents off of that show. The two fairies. Like, who knows? They're fairies.
Who knows what's happening under there?
Who knows what's happening in there?
Yes. Nope.
Definitely going with
We
gargoyles.
gotta
on
bump
that
you.
one.
If one of the mods could grab that.
Got
Yep,
it.
I got it.
Thank
Okay,
you.
never
Whoever's
mind.
got it, just a blocker. That'd be great.
Nope, Liz called it first. Liz got it.
Liz got it. Liz called it. Fair
Sorry.
enough. We were very quick to answer that the family favorite cartoon genitals
Well,
question.
once we figured out what the question was, like, we're like,
Yes.
have we seen?
Right.
Oh, I like
Winnie the
Candy.
Pooh.
Or Donald Duck. Why no
Yeah.
pant? But we'll wrap a towel around their waist when they get out of the shower.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or like wears a nightgown that goes to his knees.
Yes.
Like
But why though?
But why?
You air your business.
the Huffalumps.
Buffalo.
South Park. Yep.
See, South Park's super weird though because it's based on kids.
HR Puff and Stuff said Lori. Thank you, Lori, for
Oh.
that image that will never
Nothing
nothing like witchy poo. Good God. Whoo boy.
Oh, that's. I need brain bleach.
Yeah.
Brain bleach.
Yep. That is oh Lord.
This is why maybe I'm glad I don't remember who that is. I'm over here happy, like I don't know. This
Yep,
isn't-
look it up. You'll find out. Your life
No,
is
I'm good.
ruined.
I'm good.
Ruined, I
No.
say.
Brained.
Ruined. Yeah, who is that? Look it up. HR Puff and Stuff. He's your friend when things get rough. Oh boy.
As an adult, I almost took that
God.
a completely wrong way.
Uh-huh, you should. Teenage
Duck-
Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like that answer.
DuckTales.
Woo! Yep. Yep. All right, so I have a couple more here. We're going to talk for... Honestly, we can talk as long as everybody wants to talk, as long as everybody wants to hang out, because I ain't got no place to go. But I am I'm going to do a couple more of these. Captain Caveman, because
Oh Lord.
he is a giant penis. Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Yep. No
Yeah.
argument there. I'm not gonna look it up. Save myself from that one thing. Smart.
There you go, Lindsay. Stay with me. Stay with
Smart.
me here.
Nope.
Stay on my side.
Stay on this side of things. The banana splits. Yep. Also an older reference, and this is why I don't watch cartoons. That's why you don't watch cartoons. Okay. Fair. Fair, Red.
So you were originally like contemplating this question?
Like maybe not.
Maybe.
Yeah, because that can go a bunch of ways. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna pick between these two. These are both describe. We're gonna do both. I'm gonna go with this one first. Describe your worst first date. The worst first date you've ever had.
Hitting a cop car that was parked in the middle of the road with its lights off because there was somebody breaking into a bank off the side of the road.
And your date hit the car, or you hit the cop car?
I did.
Oh, glorious, glorious. Oh, by the way, for
Because he
the
turned in
last
front
one,
of me, by the way.
Mo picked cat dog. Like, how does that work?
She's not wrong though. I have wondered this since being a child. How does that work?
I mean, if we're going that far back, you still also have Rocco's Modern Life.
Who openly said that he was a spicy phone worker
Yes.
as part of the TV show. Everyone knew it.
Yep. I don't have any wild first dates. I don't have any stories.
I have disappointing ones. I mean, it wasn't too bad. He was kind of awkward. I could get over that, but he was a terrible kisser. Like, terrible.
Most of fun fact. I've never technically dated. I trust lack of judgment here. However, I'm intrigued because I know you have the raccoon. And you are, to my understanding, you are at least partnered up, if not married. But again, no judgment. So if you would like to clarify, that'd be fine.
I think it may, and Mo, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that may talk to the fact of a lot of people have not technically dated, let's say, properly. Like they've not been wined or dined. They've had, in-home stuff or like something that's not considered what they would say on the dating scene. It was just kind of a communication start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can tell you. It's actually one of my favorite stories about how I met someone. How I met Steve, and we actually did not date initially after this. But where I went to college, they have something called the Autumn Leaf Festival, which is we celebrate the changing of the leaves by the drinking of the beers. And I was living in an apartment building, and I could hear somebody trying to break into my apartment. So I, being the brilliant person I am, grabbed my Louisville Slugger, moved the sofa, because the sofa was right next to the door. I lifted up the end of the sofa and moved it to the front of the door so I had time. And I was getting ready to call 911. This is the days pre-cell phone, so landline. And it stopped. And then I slept on the couch with the Louisville Slugger for the night. And everything was fine. So the next morning I got up, there was a knock on the door, and I opened the door, and there was a guy standing at the door wearing glasses and looking rather sheepish. And it was the person who tried to break into my apartment because he lived right next door. And he was drunk and thought it was his apartment and couldn't figure out why the key didn't work. So that's how I met Steve. And I ended up living with his friend Scott for a long time, and then after Scott and I stopped, it was Steve. Talk about your meet cutes.
Cool.
Not really, but let's see. Let's go with Red was set up the idiot, petted me on the head, and said, "You're a cute little thing. What would I like for breakfast?" After he pulled back his bloody maw, what happened then?
Right?
I want to hear the follow up there of when he lost his hand. Lindsay said it was bad because I was terrible. I wasn't ready to date, not mature enough for it. It was a blind date, and I left before the appetizer was served. I regret how I treated him. Happens to all of us. I'm not even gonna say it. There are moments where you've been on a date and want to climb out the bathroom window. I totally understand. Kemma's embarrassing, not terrible. Locked myself out of my apartment. Had to break in and climb through a window at the end of the night. End of the night? End of the night kiss at window?
Oh.
California
it gives-
doesn't do the changing of the leaves. We have the whoops. We have a whoops forest fire. Yep, fair.
Oopsie.
Yep. Fantastic. I love that. I love it.
I love Kim's. Kim's has like a Lifetime movie feel.
It
Yeah.
does. It does.
Yep.
It does. I like it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But yeah. Anybody else? Embarrassing? Nothing? That's fine. We don't need to have one.
I technically didn't start like going out on dates till I moved down here.
It's fair.
Like, yeah, my former partner, we didn't really like go out on dates. So, Anyways.
Most said we were so young when we dated. Family was always around. I still do not know how to date. Most of us actually, I feel like, can make that solid argument that none of us really know how to date. Dating is an awkward process to begin with anyway.
Yep.
It's almost like the process of putting your best foot forward for so long, and then you have to remember how to be yourself. Relaxed.
Yeah. I always think, if somebody, he never called, not sure why. Breaking and entering didn't pull that? Apparently not, Kemma, I'm sorry.
but it just means you were resourceful. Like, I don't.
Exactly.
That person clearly messed up, but that's okay. We have Mr. Kevin now.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, you didn't show them your eyeball collection, or maybe you didn't have it yet.
Yeah. I stand with everybody else that I feel like that just shows cleverness and resourcefulness.
Mhm.
And then Red said it's illegal to stab someone on a first date.
I mean, it's illegal to stab someone in general, but like,
Yeah.
sure.
It only becomes illegal if you get caught. That's
Yeah.
my whole point.
Yep. Yep, I agree with Lindsay. Kemma, you were too exciting for him. Yes. Should have pulled out that eyeball. Yep. It's true. It's true.
Yep.
This is a fun thinker of a one. Invent a public figure scandal that will rock the world next year. A public figure scandal that will rock the world next year.
I don't have to think of one. I know one off the top of the head is already happening.
Yeah, but let's think of a new one.
But I want to hear the one she has in mind that makes her laugh this hard. What does it matter?
I mean, we're gonna make a Black Little Mermaid. It's fine.
Oh,
Oh.
people have lost their goddamn minds.
Yeah.
We actually had a full talk about that. Yeah, that's the scandal that's gonna ruin a lot of redneck hearts.
Yep.
That apparently cared
If-
so very
if we-
much.
If we continue that thought, just start replacing all of them, like all of the main characters.
Oh
Make
boy.
them people of color.
Oh boy. That's gonna. Whew.
Yep.
Yep.
It'll be all the headlines.
Yep. I'm trying to think of one.
Oh God.
Try to think of a funny one.
Yeah, me
Mine-
too.
Mine's not funny, but I would pay money that if publishers for all of the religious images of Jesus actually had to be of
Historical.
an Arab, historically accurate images, not a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus.
Wait, y'all had blonde-haired, blue-eyed.
Oh my
You'd
God!
be surprised.
Used to be surprised.
I have. Well, he was light brown, but I don't remember what his eyes were. But it
Yeah.
was light brown. It was not blonde.
Oh yeah, no, make them historically accurate. And I
Oh,
would
no.
love to see that hit.
Take away religious free of taxation.
Yes.
Ooh, people will lose
Yes.
their F all minds. Um,
I will vote for whoever that
I'll
is.
vote for it. I'll vote for it. It's fine. Um,
Yep. Ask all the mega churches donate their money. Yeah, all the mega churches like, here, you can have all this money that we've collected.
this will be fun.
You mean like what they said that they're supposed to be doing?
Well,
Yeah, the actual money that they
Well,
they pull in.
I'm trying to think of one that's like weirdly, awkwardly funny.
Okay, secretly, the one who is running the British government is Dame Maggie Smith.
Ooh, I like.
Mm.
Yeah.
I like. I can get behind.
Although I think she'd do a better job.
Exactly. That's why it's going to finally come out. She is the actual head of the English monarch.
Hmm.
I'm here
I would
for
be.
this one.
If I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that Dame Maggie Smith thing one further, and it finds out that she and Daniel Radcliffe have been having a torrid affair for years, because he does like his women older. So Dame Maggie Smith and Daniel Radcliffe have been lovers for quite some time.
I could tag on to that. Also in England, let's just say that Diana's not dead. She faked her own death in order to come back after the Queen died. She's ready for a comeback.
Ready for a comeback.
Holy shit.
Can we play Don't Call It a Comeback? Don't call it a comeback. And people and just doors burst open. Like the visual
behind-
on that.
And right behind her is Harry and
And
Meghan
Meghan.
Markle.
Just like
full
boom.
blast.
Oh.
Boom. Boom. Did you see that they're going to I guess the royal family is going to take a public poll to see if they want to call Camilla the queen or the queen consort.
No.
She will always be the queen consort. I refuse to call her the actual
Yeah.
queen. I'm sorry. No.
I was like, no, just call her the
Yeah.
queen consort. Like Philip didn't even get to be king. Let's just call her the queen
Yep.
consort. It's fine. It's fine. Can we just okay, a little bit of mourning? That'd be great. Some more religious leaders will be found out to be stealing money and having affairs and making them have abortion. Yes. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. That is the absolute truth. 2 red state senators will be fixing voting boxes. Oh wait, you said news story. Also true.
Right?
Yeah, it's been a dumpster fire of a political season.
Season?
And
I'd say
she's
six
pissed that
years.
Diana has been waiting. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Whew.
I'll tell you, one of the funniest things was me going back and forth of Diana waiting for the Queen when she got there. That was on TikTok, like all.
Oh
those
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Okay,
Man.
theoretically though, if Diana, oh no, she was already divorced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind then.
But
My
but
entire
she
theory ran
maintained
out.
her. I believe she maintained her HRH.
Yep, she did.
Yeah, she did.
So
title.
she would have still been Her Royal Highness.
Oh, okay.
She just wasn't princess. So she wouldn't have been queen, but she still would have been HRH.
Yep,
Yeah.
and potentially could be Queen Mother because
She probably would have
She
been
would be
called
Queen
Queen
Mother.
Mother.
yeah, Queen Mother.
Because of the boys, but yes. Well, there was a whole thing, not that I want to dive too far down this slippery slope, but there was a whole thing that the grandchildren do not call Camilla grandmother. That there was a story that William said that they call her Camilla. They do not call her Granny. They have Granny Diana, and that's it. Which is fair. You can do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Because again, I think Diana when they came back and choked them in their sleep. Call her grandma again.
Call her grandma again, see what happens.
I honestly think that I don't think the boys were ever over the fact that Charles got with Camilla.
I don't think so either.
No, I think they put on a good public face for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think something else that happened like that's here. But there's been we've been pushed so far to the point of exceptionally stupid that even fantasy things are like, yeah, that's within the realm.
So
Yeah.
Elon Musk is actually an alien.
I think that's actually fair and valid and going to come out in a very short amount of time. If anybody follows Mo on TikTok. She sent me a series of this one gentleman who explains the royal family in a trailer park status.
Yes.
I've seen
Yeah,
That
I've
is-
seen them.
Perfect and spot on. So it's fantastic. Let's see. She was still doing royal duties till the end, and unlike her son and daughter-in-law. Yeah, but you know what? To be fair, they've kind of asked. They asked not to, but I think for valid reasons. Like they aren't even technically involved anymore, and still they're like, Meghan's ruined everything. Well, we know why they think Meghan's ruined everything. I
Yep.
think that's been made clear time and time again. This is why I don't wear eyeliner, because it starts to itch after a while. But I think they've made it clear.
Granny Homewrecker doesn't work at Christmas dinner. Probably not.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
Not.
if anybody wants to say it, it would be Harry.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Well, so I read online, where all my true stories come from. But I actually want to look up to see if it was true that somehow Princess Anne, Charles's sister, and her husband was somehow also involved with Camilla.
Yeah, they married each other's exes. So Camilla used to be with Anne's husband for a time, and vice versa.
This is how why? I don't. Why do
Keep
we
it in
have
the
to?
family.
Because keeping
Jeez,
the
let's
family
not.
is real.
She was married to Andrew Parker Bowles from 73 to 95.
Annie,
Yeah,
do you need to
Captain
type,
Mark
or do you
Phillips
just?
too.
I don't think Annie types. I'm pretty sure she just stares at the computer and it just comes. She telepathically is connected.
Possibly.
I would like it to do that. It doesn't do that yet, so I'm willing for experimentation on that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. No. That is. Yikes.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Family dinners are weird at that table.
Yeah, they're a real hoot. They're a real hoot. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep, that's exactly Watson and Wynn welcome.
Yeah.
Wealthy people
Hello.
stay in the same circle.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Walks in the wind, and then all sort of weirdly connect in their own way, which I don't. Okay.
Well, my
I
thing
don't
is,
get
then
it.
they wonder why.
Yeah.
Like,
then wonder
How?
why.
Why did this happen? Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
let me show you our family tree.
Why are our dinner parties so awkward? I don't know. The mind boggles at these sorts of things. Seating charts for events must be terrible.
Oh dear God.
That's why there's someone professional to do it and they don't do it themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oof.
My seating chart would be: don't sit next to the person that makes you mad. Period. Find your own seat.
My seating chart is if you fight, I personally will grab you by your neck and kick you the fuck out.
Here we have the enforcer seating chart.
I'll do it in a wedding dress, by the way.
I will say that Annie and I think I will speak for Annie and I in the Polish side of things, where it's a twofold of F around and find out. And there is also just as fast as people could be enemies, they could be hugging each other at the bar within an hour and a half. So sometimes it's better just to let it ride and see where the world naturally takes you. As long as people are around for the shot and a beer money dance, we're all good to go. Pin the money to my dress. Have a shot when we're done. Great.
See, mine is more of like the family, like I say immediate family, but because I'm an only child, I throw the aunts and uncles and whatnot in that.
Mhm.
That's where that enforcement comes into, going, you are not ruining my day with your petty generational bullshit. Other than that, I don't care.
Yeah. Enough of my family is gone that it doesn't even matter anymore. But if I had gotten married younger, it just would have been like, We play, yeah, every family picnic was F around and find out roulette. You never knew where the world was going to take you, and great good luck.
It was always an adventure. Family
yes.
get-togethers were always an adventure.
Redhead said, when I was very little, a nun told us some scandalous story. I can't remember. When my grandmother asked her why, she said, if it's in the star, it's true. Wrong. Yeah, exactly. I love those articles. They describe ancient rulers that looked rather like what the ruler told the artist how to make them look. Yep. I love being a +1 to Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners just for these reasons. Yes, because you get a relatively decent meal and then everybody loses their goddamn mind. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I'm going back north for 2 weeks and avoiding all my family. And they all know I'm coming too.
I will say that moving to Florida made our Thanksgiving and Christmases more interesting since they're outside, generally, next to a pool. And it was early on that family members learned exactly how far away from the pool edge the table needs to be, so someone on the other side of the table can't kick that chair that's across from them backwards into the pool with said person. But it did make for arguments and fighting to dramatically end suddenly.
No. I want to hear the story about the first person that went into the pool. That's where that story starts.
Oh no! See, that's not even a story because that's it's the first time you're at a get together with someone in the family dating new cousins that came around, blah blah blah, whatever. At one point, someone will come up to give you a hug. When that person is getting that hug near the side of the pool, another family member will come in, and we will graciously push you directly into the pool with both family members. Because what says welcome other than, we're just going to sit here and laugh and start throwing each other into the pool.
Andy, your family and my family will fight. I love you dearly. Let my family get pushed into the pool and they're not looking forward to going in the pool. It's coming out of the brawl.
I would, and me personally, I would encourage it and be like, do it. Just knock them off the high horse. That way I can look at them and be like,
I absolutely love the fact that my poor sister-in-law, when my brother married her, was not informed of this. And Tommy went and hugged her and was holding her up. Now, you have to understand, my brother is 5'8". Gloria is 4'11", or I think she's 4'11" and a half or something like that. She's little. So he's holding her legs up, dangling. She sees what's about to happen. The legs start to move. They both go into the pool, and she pulls him up, is standing in the pool by the front of his shirt, and goes, if you want to stay married, this will never happen again. Do you understand? And at that point, I loved my sister-in-law. I'm like, yes.
Yes, we all do understand.
This is
that's
perfect.
fantastic.
Lindsay said, I have an all-day work conference next week with the 4 regions. We
They're
service.
making you mix it up. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I'm
nightmare.
so sorry.
Social nightmare.
Oh, no.
Social nightmare. Mo said, my family knows our house and our events are off limits to your BS, or you can leave. I thought I was going to have to fight at my wedding. That sounds like an adventure.
Right?
Kemma wants to hang out with Andy's family for holidays.
So don't I. Like, I'm solid on that.
Red said, I was the last one I went to. The wife of someone was caught in the garage with a neighbor, and they weren't chatting.
Well, Red, you live such a life, like just a day in the life of Red.
Like,
Seriously. You need to write your memoirs. We need
So you just a tell-all for everything.
So
except for the clearance stuff.
So my family events are not fights. They were more. That is when the family tea gets spilled. In a way that people assume everybody's already known, when you know not everybody has ever known. And my mom was what I used to call a dish dropper, because what she'd like to do is tell these things in a firm and solid voice, and then leave, and then walk away, and leave me to clean up the mess that she has currently made.
I've done my job. Goodbye.
Exactly. That was mom. That mom would 100% do that all the time. She'd be like, when she would start a sentence with the words, and furthermore. Oh, God. And furthermore.
My family is the passive aggressive.
Okay.
That's the problem. It's the passive aggressive like nonsense, and that's what was growing up. Now as an adult, given that one of my aunts doesn't really come around anymore, still slightly passive aggressive, but it's more of like it will get to the point where my uncle will turn political and we have vastly different political views
Fair.
that I'm like, I'm done. Like that, like when he does that, mom and I both look at each other and we're like, we're out, right? Like, yeah, let's say our goodbyes. Like it's just a look across the room at that point, being like, this is where we're dipping out.
Mom and I used to have the same look, where it was like it's time to go. Like you just make prolonged eye contact, and you know it was time to go. And my mom would do the full thigh slap, stand up. You're like, well,
Well, all right.
time for us to go. This was
My-
great, but we've got a long drive home.
Oh, there you go. My mom and my aunt had the one. Babies in a snowsuit. From when my brother and my cousins and us were all young. Because once you put the kid in the snowsuit, it's time to go. So if the baby's in the snowsuit, get
Yep.
up, we're leaving.
Time
Yep.
to go.
Mm-hmm.
Get your
Yeah,
hustle
my
on.
mom's. Yeah, my mom's. Well, we don't really have family get-togethers and stuff like that. But when people did come to the house, and she got tired of them, she's like, "All right, well, it's time for you to go now." There was no lead in. It's time for you to leave now. I don't know what you're about to do, but I'm going to go upstairs. That was her line.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mo said I almost fought the groom. He was 30 minutes late. They thought I was having a panic attack, and I was about to rage.
Oh,
Yep.
he's a brave man.
Yeah.
I'd
like,
have fought him too. It's fair.
I
Fair.
don't like people being late on the general, let alone for an event. Oh no. I agree with you, Mo. 100%.
Yeah.
Be ready to fight him too.
Yep.
I'm
Cool,
surprised Mo didn't track him down in her wedding dress. wherever
Storm the
he
castle.
was. Right.
Yeah. Storm the castle. I don't know. My grandmother, my babka would have had people stay like for hours. My jaja, my granddad would just leave the room. He'd just be like, he'd be on the porch, everybody be on the porch. He was really big on the Irish goodbye. Like he would just disappear, and you'd be like, "Where'd Jaja go?" Well, find the
Sometimes he is-
TV, and you'll find him at home in front of his TV. Like he'll just
Oh, lordy. For
That's what I do. I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. Goodbye. So, I don't.
Judge, Beth and I both have Polish ancestry. Judge was in a wheelchair. He had to have both his legs amputated at one point. And we knew it was time to go when he would take his cigar, put it down, put the newspaper down, and he hated his wheelchair. But he would undo it and start rolling out of the room and just look at every single person while he went to the kitchen to go get a
Oh, I
drink.
feel,
And if he
I feel
rolled into
judged.
the kitchen on his own accord, because Babchi always brought his drinks, he never went to get them. If he rolled out, that was the cue. Y'all better leave.
it's time for us to go home.
that feels a
My
whole
gra-
lot judgmental right here, right now. Like, okay, it's time for you to go.
My Nana was smart. We hosted at my aunt's place next door. So when she was done, for the record, when she was done and after the kitchen was cleaned up and dishes were done, as soon as she was done, she'd just walk right across the driveway back to us, back to her own place.
So our neighbors used to have 4th of July parties that, I mean, like I'd attend, but they were more friends with my parents. They moved into my grandparents' house, and they were friends with my parents. And I would just be like, I'm just going to run home and use the bathroom. And my dad never caught on, but my mom was like, if you leave, I'm going to take you out at the ankle. Like, you sit down. And then I'd wait till nobody was paying attention, and I'd come home, and then my mother would storm the house and be like, go back, you're being rude. I'm like, I'm really not. I ate, I visited, I was there for an hour and a half.
Leave me alone.
Leave me be.
Yeah.
You know. Let's see, Lindsay said Christmas a few years ago, my uncle backed his truck over my parents' wooden mailbox. Oh God. He took off, and one of the daughters tried to fix it, had to get a carpenter to reset it. Oh Jesus. Red said, I think I mentioned the last family dinner my aunt let it slip.